kitchen. This is What's Up Wednesday.
Duh.
And I'm doing another cutting board recipe.
Cutting board.
Now this one I have made before. It's been a while. But it is a very good recipe if you like donuts. Now if you don't like donuts, this probably won't be a recipe you'll like. But it is
Don't
called...
like donuts. Say it ain't so.
It is called donut bread pudding. Okay?
I can understand not being technically allowed to have them for dietary and health reasons, but just because you don't like them.
Yeah, some people don't like donuts, but that's, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Now, the thing about this, I changed the name on this from its original name because a lot of people can't afford the original product. It's originally called Krispy Kreme donut bread pudding.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so if you can't afford the Krispy Kremes, the store brand or generic donuts will do, as long as it is the glazed donuts. If you can afford the Krispy Kreme and can do it that way, then it's the best way to do it. Okay, so this calls for 2 dozen glazed donuts. Okay. It does, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's Krispy Kreme, doesn't matter what brand, as long as it is 2 dozen glazed donuts. Calls for 3 eggs, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, 1½ teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 of a stick of butter melted, and I use the unsalted butter when I make this, 1 can of fruit cocktail, and 1 cup chopped pecans, and cinnamon to taste. I would say probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, just depending upon your taste. Okay, and the way to make this, you tear your donuts, or you can cut your donuts, either way you'll do it, into bite-sized pieces. You add all of the remaining ingredients, which are 3 eggs beaten, the sweetened condensed milk, the vanilla, the melted butter, and the fruit cocktail, and the pecans. You add all this into a bowl, and you mix it together, stirring well. You mix all that with the donuts, right? You pour it into a 9x13 baking dish, and you bake it for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay. Now, the original recipe called for a rum glaze to go with this. I found a buttermilk glaze that I really like. It tastes really good on this. So that's what I use, is the buttermilk glaze. Okay? And for the buttermilk glaze, you need 1/4 of a cup of buttermilk, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1½ teaspoon of cornstarch, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 of a cup of unsalted butter, and 1½ teaspoon of vanilla extract. You combine all of the ingredients together except for the vanilla extract. So you can combine the buttermilk, the baking soda, cornstarch, sugar, and the butter in a saucepan, and you bring them to a boil. Remove them from the heat, and you cool it slightly, and then you stir in the vanilla, and then you pour it over the bread pudding. Yeah, it is in essence a very simple bread pudding recipe, only it is with donuts instead of bread. And I think I like it. It's great for get-togethers. I've made it several times. It's been several years since I've made one. I think I've made one since Piggy and I have been together, and I made it at our friend Bootsy's house, which is, excuse me, the one we call Little Sis, and it went over very well. But I'm just going to flat out tell you, if you make this, be prepared for the cost on it now. because when I originally made it, I could get donuts for maybe $6 a dozen. Try tripling that now for a dozen of donuts. So I'm just letting you know.
That might have been cheaper if you'd got just regular plain glazed donuts.
It would have been right around $16 to $18 for regular glazed donuts.
Wow, really?
Yeah. It wouldn't have mattered. Yeah. So, yeah, just know that now if you buy the store brand donuts at the grocery store, they may run you about $7 for a dozen. And that's not bad considering what donuts are now. But yeah, if you like donuts, this is a really good recipe to try. If you make your own homemade glazed donuts, do it that way. But I will be putting the recipe at the end of this video, and I hope you enjoy it. So have a great day. Bye, y'all.